How's it going, everyone? Faerghast here, and we are doing another Q&A Ask GHAST. Okay, let's do it. All right, so we have almost 50 questions here, so I'll probably break this down into 3 videos. Starting with question number 1. Where is the best place to get the latest patch of your hacked bloodlines? I'm having trouble tracking one down. Probably Fire Emblem Universe or Serena's Forest in the hacking section. Moon the Catfire. Which one do you prefer, pancakes or waffles? Waffles. Belgian waffles? Buddy, unreal. The texture of pancakes is kind of gross to me. Faulkner 7077. Have you considered doing a character analysis video on characters outside of Fire Emblem? If you are, could you do one on Nah, nope. I'm staying in my lane with the character analysis for the most part. Besides Zeke, what is your dream pet? I don't know. I really like my dog. Well, it's not my dog. I like the family dog a lot. Dogs are awesome. They're great. They're like so fun, and I don't know. Everyone loves them for the most part. It's nice. Who's your favorite lord, support-wise? Support-wise? Probably like... support-wise. Maybe Lyn? I would say Lyn support-wise is my favorite lord. Combat-wise... maybe Hector. Personality-wise, also Hector. Foreign Soul. What characteristic of yours would you make a stereotypical Canadian in your opinion? Likewise, what do you think the most un-Canadian trait you possess? The most Canadian trait? The most Canadian trait. I feel like I should let you guys answer that question because I actually don't know. What do you think is the most un-Canadian trait you possess? I don't know, man. I actually don't know. I'll let the Canadians and the other non-Canadians in chat Fuck, I'm playing streaming too much. In the comment section actually answer that question because I'm not really sure. This is not a question. Every time I watch your Let's Plays, I get depressive thoughts. That sucks. Sorry to hear that, man. If Lysithea has a Brave Alt in Fire Emblem Heroes in August, which weapon skills and special do you think she will use? Oh my god. I don't know. Which weapon? Probably like Dark Spikes. Dark Spikes, maybe like, that's all I can think of. Chuck Rowe, who is your favorite enemy / boss you fought in any Fire Emblem? Orson. Orson is my favorite enemy / boss, hands down. What a legend. Did you do an alignment test? And if yes, what's your alignment? I don't know what that means. Besides Fire Emblem, are there any other series you're really into right now? Love your content, keep the news work. Thank you. That I'm really into right now. Smash, I guess. I'm really into Smash, RuneScape again. Yeah, those two, I guess. Have you ever thought of doing a Clive support science? I remember during your Echoes Let's Play, you liked him very much and feel like there's a lot to dissect from character. Probably not. I don't know. Support science is really up in the air right now, as pretty much is everything. I'm trying to figure out like what's gonna kind of hold me down for a bit, and then the way I'm trying to plan my life around right now is like trying to like find something that I can like be like kind of revolve myself around that's really consistent, and then kind of build on top of that. And I don't really have that right now, so I used to have it, and now I don't anymore. Opinion on Tokyo Mirage Sessions? I'm sure it's a fun game. Anthony Rodriguez, what are your hopes for the new Three Houses DLC coming out soon? I think it's great. I know it's a hot topic right now. Man, but it is. I loved Cindered Shadows a lot. I think it's definitely worth your money. Yo, love you stuff as always. How was your first experience FE hacking, if you remember? It was okay. I don't even remember. I think I tried to replace a map sprite for the Mercenary, and it was a nightmare, but I got through it. Twitchy Kong. With Fire Emblem being mainstream franchise for Nintendo now, do you think you will get an influx of entries? And if so, do you think the entries will feel less special because of its overexposure? No. First question, yes. I think this is going to be like a huge IP that's never going to die. It's like booming like crazy right now, in my opinion. And if so, no, I don't think it'll feel less special. I feel like the less special or like the soulless Fire Emblem phase has kind of come and gone, in my opinion. Like, I feel like Awakening was like that dark point in like, for not me, well, I mean, kind of for me personally, but like in hindsight, not really anymore. But like, I feel like if there was like an overexposure, like a sellout phase, that would be a criticism for Fire Emblem, I think it's come and gone. Or like, I guess maybe Fire Emblem Heroes is kind of like that, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know. I know there's a lot of people who like hate on Fire Emblem Heroes a lot for like the Faerghast thing, but I don't really pay attention to Heroes that much anymore. What are your thoughts on Advance Wars and other turn-based RPGs in that style? I think they're great. I've played Advance Wars for the Game Boy Advance like once, but I never really could get into it. Favorite unique weapon design? Probably the Crusher. I fucking love that. The look of the Crusher looks so cool to me. The Crusher and the Blood Gang are really cool. And the Armads is also really sick. What moment made you cry the most in Three Houses? I never cried in Three Houses. Oh, actually, I will say, when I finished writing Shamir's script, and there was a moment where like, I kind of just came to the realization that Shamir is like really relatable to me and like kind of like a, really kind of like, I don't want to say interesting because I say that too much, but like in a really emotionally like deep way, I guess it actually made me cry a little bit because that there's a personality trait that she shares that I share also that like really fucked with me for ever since for like an hour after like I figured it out. It was pretty crazy. Any characters you think are way too underrated and overrated? Underrated? Probably like underrated. Probably, I think Eliwood's not as underrated as he used to be. It's hard to say. Like, I want to say Lynn is underrated just because like her character is a lot more different than I think people think it is, but she's also not very underrated because she's really, really popular. What do you think of the Ashen Wolves DLC so far? I think it's fucking sweet. Hey, what's your choice for best and worst design match in 3H Academy phase? I think best design, I'm just trying to think. I'm playing it right now. Okay, worst design is definitely Miklon. I hate that chapter. It's so boring. And best would probably, I would probably say like either the battle at Gronder, like the mock battle, which was pretty fun. Which is weird because I think the actual war at Gronder in chapter 17 is a nightmare. And then maybe like for best, I can't really say anything else right now. The Death Knight Holy Mausoleum chapter was pretty fun. I don't know if I would say it would be the best one though. Do you intend to do an Ashen Wolves playthrough on the channel? Yep. You've been making a lot more content lately. Have any plans for a new series? I kind of go with what I'm kind of into. Like, if I'm really in the mood to make some stuff, I'll do it. But generally, like, if it's a new series, it's probably just because I'm like really excited about what I'm doing. And then if it kind of dies off, it's because I stopped being excited. Or I kind of got burnt out by it. It's not really the most like productive mindset, but I don't know. I'm kind of hot and cold like that. Always have been. What are the most optimal ingredients to put in a sandwich? Your answer will determine my lunch. Oh, you want to? Okay. So this is a hot take. I have like my like, if I had to like make a burger, like a signature burger, I eat this almost every single day. Like I have red meat almost every single day. I haven't had it in a while because I haven't gone to the grocery store and bought like the ingredients. But this is like my optimal best sandwich ever, okay? It's a hamburger, okay? So you obviously got your hamburger bun. You spread peanut butter on both sides of the bun, okay? Then you take a lettuce and you make a bed of spinach. Sorry, you take a bed of spinach. After that, then you put your patty on. No, then you put pickle on that bed of lettuce. Then you throw your patty on. And then you throw hot pepper, banana pepper on it, on the patty. And then you finish it off with any kind of hot sauce you want. And then you put it back. You put the last peanut butter slice on. You have like a peanut butter, pickle, banana pepper, hot sauce burger. And it is so fucking good. Oh my God. People are like, what the fuck? Peanut butter on a hamburger or like whatever? It's like, no, dog. Like, it's so good. It's so good. It's a signature Faerghast burger. I've noticed it during your randomizers, but you have a way of tactics that I wouldn't consider using in my own playthroughs. What is your thought process when playing a Fire Emblem game? Like, what do you prioritize and what does it change depending on which Fire Emblem you're playing? I have difficulty like with things like maddening, and I just wanted to see how someone who knows more about the series tackles it successfully. Oh, thanks. It's really, it's hard to explain, but like I feel this is gonna sound kind of weird and like maybe kind of a tad like kind of conceited, but like I really like to think in a tactical sense when I'm playing Fire Emblem. Like I want to have as many options at my disposal as possible. So like I want to have shoves, dragbacks or drawbacks, like swaps, rescue and warp, like trick, like foul play in this, and like in the next like meta of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Like when I have all those options available to me, I feel like I can deal with as many situations as possible. So like some of my biggest plays, my biggest like big brain moves in my Three Houses gameplay has been because I like prioritized like movement, combat arts, and like assist sort of things like that. Like and like really like prioritizing faith so I can get like rescues and warps. And like all my pro strats come from like just having as much available to me as possible. Like one of my biggest brain moves was way back in Echoes where I killed Duma in the swamp in like turn 2 or whatever. And it was like just because I just used every single option as possible. And like when you just like give yourself the opportunity to react to situations with as many tools as you can, it really makes the game a lot more fun. Like I feel like a big difference between someone who like gets frustrated by maddening or gets frustrated by really hard maps is because they're not like letting themselves like have as many options as like the game is actually allowing it for. And like going gung-ho and like investing in like 3 units and like not having any assist or like any like repositional tools are like not a good look. Like you should definitely try to, that's how I think. Like I just try to get as many repositional like options as I can, and then when I do, I feel like I can handle basically any option, anything that Fire Emblem throws my way. Which is really why I like Echoes a lot, because it was kind of like one of the first to like really go really hard in the paint with like warp and rescues. I mean, technically like Thracia did, and like also every other game before it, but like I don't know, like Echoes I feel like did it in a really like fun way. Like warp, rewarp, like swap, like they just had a bunch of like really like early game rescues and warps were like a big like fundamental change for my like perspective for playing. Like I was so affected by it that I even threw it in Bloodlines. Like early game warps and rescues make a huge difference, and like getting that as soon as you can in Three Houses is like super clutch. Moosey Moose, will you stream playthrough of Trials of Mana, please? Maybe just a few episodes on the entire thing. Yeah, I think so. I think I'll stream it. If you could take one character from another Fire Emblem game and put them in Three Houses, which one would you choose, and which house would you put them in? If I'm trying to think of lords, I'll try to like narrow this question down. So we have Dimitri, who's lance, Claude, who's bow, Yuri, who's sword, Edelgard, who's axe. Maybe like a mage lord would be really cool. I think would be kind of like round out that team. So maybe like a mage lord. Who would fit that bill? Maybe Celica? And she would probably be like Blue Lions, I think. If Blue Lions had a Heart Seal class, a la Fates, which class would they each get out of it? Use Fates classes, I guess, but more options / more linear, I suppose. Okay, for sure, I think Dimitri would be Berserker. Yeah, I would go Dimitri Berserker. Dedue would be Master of Arms. Felix would be Mechanist. Sylvain would be a Basara. Annette would be a Malignite. Mercedes would be maybe a Kinshi Knight. Who did I miss there? Ingrid would be a sniper. Was that everyone? Ash. And Ash would be a merchant. That's my take on that. Do you think we will get more than one hero relic in the DLC? Yeah, we got 2. And the second one's hilarious. Have you played all the Fire Emblem games like Mangs? And if not, which ones you haven't played? I haven't played Fire Emblem 1 and 3. I haven't played 1 and 3, but I've played the rest of them. I haven't beaten all of them, but I've played the rest of them. If you had 3 charges of Divine Pulse in real life, what would you use them on? I would probably Divine Pulse. So if you could redo your entire life. Okay, this is what I think I would do. I would Divine Pulse all the way up to when I was like 6 years old. So I can like see what life would be like. I could see what life would be like if I like was like aware of how old I was. And like I was just kind of living life as a 6-year-old and see like how it then if I didn't like where I was going, I would Divine Pulse back to this very moment. And that would be my second Divine Pulse. And then my third Divine Pulse would be like, wait, you can't Divine Pulse back in time though. I guess except maybe you could. Like, what if you like Divine Pulse back when you were 6 years old, lived your entire life up to like your 30s or whatever, then Divine Pulse like back when you were 6, and then in the past where before you turned 6, back into when you were 27 like I am. Can you technically do that? Because like if you take it by by turn, like every like day of your life is a turn, could you like Divine Pulse like from when I was turned 27 on February 16th, right? Divine Pulse back to like 99 when I was like in February of like 99, and then like go back and forward. But then would you have to like just Divine Pulse back into February 16th of like your new life? Or could you go all the way back in time where you like loop back around and then back to this very day? And for the third one, I don't know. Maybe like Divine Pulsing my job back or something. It's now 3 Houses. Now that 3 Houses has been out for a few months, who would you say the best students in general gameplay, and which order would you place them in the routes? From routes, from favorite to least favorite, I would say like, I don't know. They're kind of all the same, but like I feel like Dimitri, even though like Dimitri's story is like really closed off from like the rest of what's happening in the game, I would say he's like my favorite route. I haven't played Silver Snow yet, so I'm in the middle of that. So I can't really answer that question, but I would probably say like Blue Lions, and then like Black Eagles has some pretty cool cutscenes, but Claude also has some pretty cool cutscenes, so I'm not really sure. Probably like, I would say Black Eagles is probably like my last, just because it's like not as long, and like you get to do a few more chapters in Golden Deer. The best units in terms of gameplay, probably Lysithea, Leone, Petra, Felix, Sylvain. Those are probably like my top 4, top 5 type deal. In Maddening, basically you're really good if you can double and not get doubled. So like anyone who can become like the greatest dodge tank of all time is probably going to be like really high up there. So like Petra's super fast, Felix is super fast with really good offensive growth anyway. Like you can make a death dodge tank out of those ones, and Lysithea just has so much utility. So yeah. If you could add one feature or make one change to a hypothetical FE4 what would it be? Probably like a skip turn feature. How are you so hot? Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. You know what we're going to do? We're going to end it there. It's been about 25 minutes, I think. Yeah, 23. And then I'm going to make some cuts there. So we're going to stop there. And then we're going to continue on with our next batch of answers. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for asking your questions. I really appreciate it. If you did like this Q&A, leave a like down below and comment. Maybe try to answer some questions that I couldn't answer. That'd be cool. And if you're new to the channel somehow, and this is your first video of mine that you've ever seen, that'd be really interesting. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.